Blessings to you all. Today, of course, this is another session of Drayan's empowerment, enlightenment, and motivation. This particular session will be about light. I'm going to start this off with quoting, hopefully not misquoting, but quoting from my own memory, something that King David said, the biblical King David said in the Old Testament, in ancient civilization on earth. And it's about light. This is about light in insight and perception, properly perceiving things. Okay. David said, Lord, thy law is a light unto my path, that lighteth my way. Now, what does this pertain to? Let's connect this with another scripture where in Genesis, in the better sheet, and the way that you say Genesis in Hebrew and in the Hebrew dialect, in Hebrew tongue, the holy tongue is better sheet. That's the word for Genesis, where it says, when God was creating in the beginning, he said, let there be light, which is pronounced Yahai Ara. Yahai Ara. Yahai Ora is the Hebrew way of saying light, or let there be light. So, what is light spiritually and symbolically and metaphorically connotative to? Your proper ability to see things for what they are, to know your way, to have proper direction, and etc. To see things clearly, so that the unknown will be made known, so that the unmanifest will be made manifest. And this is what it's meant when it said, let there be light. Let there be light. Light is also, in relation to divine insight or understanding. With understanding, we have the ability to properly perceive and to know things and to properly grasp what things are taking place in existence in the universe or within one's own self. With the proper understanding, being able to see things properly with the insight, divine insight, to know the inner meaning and the layered meaning of a particular thing or particular things in the universe or in existence. This is why there was a scripture that says, the light shined in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Now, does it mean that darkness is ignorance? No. Does it mean that darkness represents or is connotative to not having the proper intelligence? No. Because if we look at space, we see an infinite, endless plethora of blackness or darkness. So that represents, the mystery, which is representative to the mystery of God, the not knowing how powerful or endless or infinite the Most High God actually is. And not knowing how infinite knowledge and intelligence and wisdom and understanding actually is. So the darkness that did not comprehend the light, this is also scripture, represents that it was representative to something that was unknown. The mysteries of the universe are endless. But when you have that light, and that light shines in that darkness, that understanding, that knowledge, that wisdom, that understanding in the mind, then you properly perceive how the universe and all of these things exist, and how you exist, and who and what the Most High Creator, or the Most High God is, and how that's in relation or relative to yourself, your inner being, your spiritual self, your existence, your life. Powerful stuff. So King David said, Lord, your law is a light unto my path. Meaning that the universal and supreme laws in the biblical, the Torah laws, the Holy Torah is universal. These things are established throughout the universe, keeping all universal ordinance and harmonious existence, even in the celestial organs that orbit the heavens and etc., that orbit in the heavens within a particular and within the right guided law, so that things may continue to persist in existence. So that you can know and understand, so you can know and understand also all things with this light. To grasp the mysteries of the universe. To know the deeper meaning of the universe in one's own self. And then you will not understand the things that go on within the universe goes on within one's own self. And etc. Deep stuff. But you gotta have that order. Bring order to that chaos. That says in the beginning, and you do that with the light, by saying, the Creator Most High did that by saying, let there be light. Bring order to that chaos, that confusion, that voidness, that darkness. Bringing light to that darkness. So that existence can come into existence and everything can persist. And etc. So the light makes the unknown known. There's another scripture in the New Testament where it says, if the eye have light, then the whole body have light. But what is this eye? This is literal too, because in order to properly perceive things in existence, you have to be able to to know where you're headed, to know your direction. You have to have sight. But this isn't only talking about physical sight. This is why Jesus was also said to heal the blind, literally and metaphorically, spiritually and symbolically. All of these things. Why? Because sight and light are parallel. The light causes you to see things properly, see things for what they are, to know things and etc. in existence and within the world and in the galaxies and on earth and in the universe. Powerful stuff. So light in the mind is knowledge, wisdom, and divine insight or understanding. And with these things, you can direct and you can guide other people and even yourself into a prosperous, blessed, and abundant type of lifestyle of living and spiritual and godly empowerment and wealth and riches. Because with that light, with that knowledge, with that sight, with that being able to perceive all things inside, within your inner self and outwardly. You are able to manifest all things with that light. You are able to know how you are to manifest all things with that light. What things are manifested with that light, with that knowledge, with that divine insight, with that understanding, with that wisdom. So see things properly and have light within yourself and light within your mind and light within your being, and understand all things properly. This has been another session of Drayon's empowerment, enlightenment, and motivation. And I leave you with a righteous dance. Oh. Blessings.